Welcome to Flex FM Sports, to another Flex FM Sport edition. Today's featured game, the final of the CASA 2023 Youth Classic Tournament. Started out with 6 teams, we're down to 2. And the 2 finalists today, we have Inter Miami U19 Select going up against Jamaica U19 Select. Here with my co-host, Coach Brown. Coach Brown, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. Looking forward to a good game.
Looking for a spectacular game. Both these teams has proved to us that they have a lot of talented players on the team.
We see that as they display their talent earlier in the week, and now it comes down to crunch time. One team will stand predominant.
Okay, it's a little windy out here today, as you can tell from the cameras bouncing, trying to stay steady.
Sometimes the ship has to be rocked.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day for some beautiful football, and we're here at the beautiful Lauderhill Sports Complex.
One and only.
Right here in Lauderhill, Florida, and that's South Florida.
As the sun sets, the team approaches the center circle. Finals should be good. There's quality players on board right now that we see coming out from both teams. Yes, we got a Nigel is acknowledging the new president for CASA.
Yes, Mr. Cleveland Brown.
Yeah. And a tremendous job that he has done in such a short time.
And that is Mr. Brown leading the constituencies, followed by the former president, Mr. Richard Campbell. You have Hazel Rogers also, our mayor of Lauderdale Lakes.
Yes. State representative.
Oh, she's now state representative. Moving up the ladder.
There's Romain Blake getting a good handshake.
Yeah, and of course, Inter Miami is in their full white, and Jamaica, of course, in their traditional gold and black.
With some beautiful green sock.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to be upstanding as we play the national anthem for Jamaica and then the United States. Please stand.
And now they're going to be playing the national anthem, both for the U.S. and for Jamaica.
Mattis is a player that can play just about anywhere on the pitch. I see him as one a strong, fitting person for that replacement.
So we'll have Romain Blake and Xavier Davidson, the JC pair, at centre back again. Tayshaun Mattis, like we mentioned, will be coming in at left back. Jemani McDonald from St. George's College at right back. In goal will be Crucifixio Thompson. The midfield will be Theon Coop. He will play as the deepest defensive midfielder. Brian Burkett and Kevon Wilson will play ahead of him. And then on the wings we have Jaheim Johnson on the left from KC, Raheem Grizzle from York Castle on the right, and Javier Lynch, JC player number 9 up front.
I was a bit concerned about Grizzle based on how he came out, but he starts out really good. He looks pretty good so far. So let's see what goes on with him. We'll keep an eye on him.
Inter Miami testing with a long ball. That's a good save by Thompson.
Shot and goal. Early start by the Miami team, Kerry.
Yeah, long ball. Long ball to the left and created an early chance.
They've been using it right throughout the tournament.
We'll see if they have more success at it than Plantation did in the second half yesterday.
Yeah. It's Crucifixio Thompson in the goal, starting for Jamaica. He did an awesome job last night. Let's see how he continues with that job that he did also well with last night.
And so you mentioned Grizzle and also Edwards, both picked up sort of knocks in the game. You know, Edwards didn't make it. I saw them working on him feverishly in the ice baths yesterday at the hotel. Didn't make it, but Grizzle is in the starting lineup.
And that's good for Grizzle.
Oh, that's another dangerous cross, and
beautiful save by Crucifixio.
Good save by Thompson, but the marking in the back of the cross, that was a free header, really.
Allowing too much free plays inside the 18-yard box can be costly, especially on set pieces. Crucifixio knows where to be, right there to pick up that ball as it bounces.
Oh, giveaway by Blake. Combination, and that almost was the first goal. Another good save by
Thompson. This is the third, fourth save by Crucifixio immediately right out the bat. This is only a minute in the game. 3-4 saves in a minute.
Yeah, Jamaica in need of their custodian to keep them level in the first few minutes of the game. Oh, the referee says no foul there. So certainly I would have thought the second action by the Inter Miami player, I thought caught young Wilson, but referee says no foul.
Well, the referee is in charge of the game, and if he calls it a no foul, it's a no foul.
So this game looking a lot more like the Lauderhill Lions Jamaica game earlier in the week, where Lauderhill Lions really started the game very well and were all over Jamaica in the early goings. Similar here so far.
Let me see how well, because with Kevon Wilson in the frame of mind that he's in, Inter Miami seems like they're going to be in for a good one. A very good show right now.
Inter Miami in their typical patient pattern of playing it around the back. trying to pull the Jamaican players out of position before they can strike on the attack.
That's what they do very well.
And you can see, unlike the Plantation game yesterday, Jamaica not intent on engaging them that high up the pitch today, at least from the start.
It's gamesmanship. Gamesmanship right on display in front of us right now, Kerry.
Yeah, it's interesting because we asked the question yesterday whether you thought the Jamaican coaching staff would be pressing high like they did against Plantation, and we said we had to wait and see. So as you can see so far, they have not been pressing high, which I think is wise based on the quality of the Inter Miami players.
It's obvious that the coaching staff for Jamaica is going to absorb the early pressure, and by absorbing the early pressure, then they go for the counter like they did with Wilson just now. It's a goal kick for Jamaica.
So with the Inter Miami team, we can go over their starting lineup really quickly. Marcus Steinheiser starts in the goal. Mikhail Case and Kevin Gorbel are the two center backs. Gabriel Velez, left back, and Ty Barton is the right back. Joseph Converse and Ricardo Montenegro are the holders, as we see Inter Miami try to get attack going on the left-hand side. So the outside midfielders for Inter Miami are Sebastian Otero and Ian Nunez, and up front they have Felipe Valencia and Haro Alimandi. So sort of a 4-4-2-ish shape for Inter Miami.
At times it seems like they go only two in the back, Kerry, and sends on the attack the two fullbacks overlapping.
Yeah, definitely when they're in possession, you'll see how the center backs are kind of far apart so that the wing backs can push up the field in possession, and then we'll see them collapse when they lose possession. Very interesting contrasting styles of these two teams. Inter Miami is going to play a very patient game, sort of similar to how Plantation wanted to play yesterday. And Jamaica, as you said, maybe absorbing some of the early pressure and looking to hit the Inter Miami team on the counter attack.
Jamaicans now seem to be getting their groove going right now. They seem to be settling in a bit. Kevin Wilson on the ball here for Jamaica. Number 10. Jamaica come with the attack on the left side here, Curie. It looks good so far.
Yeah, so definitely Mattis will have to play a different role than he played yesterday. It won't be the all-action up and down role that he was playing when he came on at the left mid position. He has to be a little bit more patient in terms of playing left back. But you can see that he's fairly high up the field now when Jamaica was in possession.
Something similar to what Inter Miami does, bringing up the fullbacks in the attack. It's a match game. It's a chess game, like I always say, and the best man will tell at the end. We have to be disciplined and we have to be patient. And that seems to be a throw into Miami.
It's Jaheim Johnson tracking back. Maybe owe Jaheim Johnson an apology because I think we credited his goal yesterday to Burkett. It was Jaheim Johnson that scored that great goal into the far post.
I got a phone call from Jamaica that Johnson that scored that goal. And not Burkett. Burkett was the one that made the pass.
Right. Saw him at dinner last night and he said, it's me who scored that goal though. So yes, excellent goal, Jaheim Johnson.
And he's a Kingston College student, so the Kingston College folks were like, give us all credit.
Yeah, happily we didn't get any death threats or anything for making that error.
If we're gonna have number 7 playing that left fullback, he has to be aware of Inter Miami's number line and playing wide at all times.
Yeah, the 48 is the wingback, Ty Barton, but he does push up a lot in attack to support Ian Nunez, the right side player.
Can Jamaica capitalize on that open space that they leave in the back?
You'll see.
Foul on the play. Foul was committed by Burkett. Stopping that counter. Attack real quick.
So I think it's interesting, the player on the ball right now, the number 66, Joseph Converse. The first game that they played against the Tobago team, he really dominated the game. Everything played through the number 66. So we'll see if it's that same pattern in this game today.
With the Tobago team, you could easily see that Inter Miami had full control of that game. Now it's different. It's something different for the Jamaican. And Jamaicans are not allowing him to have his own way inside that mid-pitch.
Right, more even matchup, so he's not going to have maybe as much time on the ball as he had against the Tobago select.
Sure. I think the coaching staff for Jamaica have done a tremendous piece of work by making that change in that formation, and it suits the youngsters very well.
Yeah, so they continue with the 4-3-3 today, and I think based on the Jamaica coaches having watched Inter Miami's first game, I'm sure they'll be telling both young Wilson and Burkett that they need to put some pressure on 66 when he picks the ball up, so he's not dictating the game from deep in midfield.
That's a ball.
Jaheim Johnson was trying to cut back and get a similar shot off to what he did yesterday with that brilliant goal.
Throw in to Inter Miami. Probably should have just went on in with that ball carry and unleash that shot that he has, like he did yesterday.
Yeah, I think that was the thinking. I think the other player to keep an eye on maybe is Felipe Valencia from Inter Miami, the number 35. Scored a couple goals in that first game. Looked very, very dangerous. So having watched the game, those are the two players that I thought were real danger players for the Inter Miami team. 66, Joseph Converse, and 35, Felipe Valencia, who's playing in the attack.
And like I said earlier, Kerry, they're not having their way right now. The Jamaica team has realized that these guys are people that would make them pay the high price. And so they assigned themselves well to get these players under control early.
Yeah, you see Jamaica playing pretty much a mid-block. They're not engaging Inter Miami as they pass the ball around with their back four. They're waiting for that next pass into midfield where they can maybe pressure the ball there. Don't think Jamaica wants to open themselves up by pressing too highly.
That mistake from Inter Miami, that turnover. But even though they got that turnover, they're not utilizing the ball properly when they get that turnover carry.
Right.
To Miami on the ball.
I reach him. I
Number
can't.
46.
46 is Mikael Case. Big lad. Big
I've
boy.
known that kid since he's a baby. And I'm happy to see him in the Inter Miami back line, marshalling the actions back there.
Another dangerous cross from the left. That seems to be a theme of the game so far. Ball played to the left and crosses coming in, and Jamaica having a bit of difficulty dealing with those crosses from the left-hand side.
Yeah, man, yeah, T. Yeah, T. Yeah, man.
Coastal when the center folks are here. They're on the wrong side. They should be on the other side.
T. Come here. Can you log into the laptop? Log in. Because I have something on the screen. I can't come out. No, we can see.
Converse on the ball. A little bit of a misplaced pass to Keys. Switches over to his other centre back, Kevin Gorbel.
Jamaican players seems to be very, very comfortable on the ball here.
Yeah, T.
Yeah, I think they just have to be careful when they're playing the ball in the back four. You see them almost losing the ball on a couple of occasions there.
Yeah, can you log into the laptop? That you see that thing on the screen here? You can't get it out. Yeah. Try to close it out. Yeah.
So Inter Miami, very patient. I don't think they're going to abandon their game plan of keeping possession. I think they want to keep to see if they can pull Jamaica out of position. But Jamaica is doing a good job so far of pressing the ball once it comes into midfield and pretty much giving up the Inter Miami defensive third and just allowing them to play the ball around the
Long
back.
ball again played in. This is the ball that we talked about. End up in a corner kick.
Yeah, that went off Davidson last.
Corner kick to Inter Miami.
When you bring it down, like if you try to switch the camera, no, switch.
So far, so good, Kerry. We haven't gotten any goals scored. It's close, but still 0-0.
Yeah, cat and mouse game, I think. Tactical battle so far. Inter Miami trying to be patient in possession and trying to attack down the left-hand side mainly. And Jamaica waiting for the counter-attack, which they haven't done great on so far.
Easier picked up by Crucifix here. Thompson.
Poor clearance.
The Jamaican team is coming into their own career. I like what I'm seeing right now.
I just think, like you said before, though, I think they're giving up position a little bit too easily once they win that ball because they're looking for the counter-attack, but they have to keep the ball a little bit more. They kind of look a little bit like Plantation did against Jamaica yesterday, where when they try to counter-attack, they lose the ball after one or two passes.
Patience. You have to be patient with the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Lynch is going to get onto this ball, but number 69 got back, and that's Ricardo Montenegro snuffing out the danger.
I said it before, Kerry. I said it the number 46 for Inter Miami. He looked cool, calm, and composed against the other opponents. But I'm looking at him against the Jamaica team right now. And I may have a few questions to ask.
Oh, that was a beautiful combination between Koopy and Wilson there. Trying to get that ball into the attack on the right-hand side, but misplaced the pass there.
It's a VMix error. So your desktop is currently shading with...
So Inter Miami starts from the back again. Rolls it pass over to the number 46.
I think Keys probably touched the ball more than anybody on the field so far today, the number 46.
Oh, yeah.
Under no pressure, really, because Jamaica is not committing to press him.
Yes, and that's what I would love to see, a little bit of pressure from the Jamaican players, so we can see what he's like. He's very, very composed in the back.
We want to say good afternoon to Liebert Halleman, the great coach who excels at high school, who we see here in the stands. And also Vin Blaine is here.
Yes, Mr. Blaine is here. Carl Brown was here yesterday.
No.
Here comes the player that I want to see. But he's cool under pressure.
And you can hear the instructions from the sideline basically say don't go. So it's clear that the tactical plan from the Jamaican technical staff is not to really press Inter Miami high, but to play a sort of a middle block where they're pressuring the ball once it gets into midfield. So that's clearly tactical instruction from the Jamaican coaches. Oh, great fight there by Jaheim Johnson. To Burkett, to Davidson, and now to Blake. Blake is looking to play it long, looking for Lynch. Issue is when the balls get placed to Lynch, there's nobody really close to Lynch for him to flick the ball onto.
And that was Kevon Wilson that switched it up a bit, and Lynch dropped off for that one. The stands have pulled up a lot, Gary, since we first came here.
Yeah, I think anticipating a big battle for the trophy tonight. I think maybe before the game yesterday, Inter Miami would have been big favorites, but after we saw the Jamaican performance, I think maybe changed some minds.
Certainly, because the performance last night, and this is where I'm saying Inter Miami has the advantage, because they've been resting. The Jamaicans played last night.
Jaheim Johnson, very direct, trying to get the ball over to Wilson.
Almost an own goal.
Almost went off the defender last, so that'll be a corner.
Corner to Jamaica, that's their first corner?
First corner, I believe, yes. And you can tell because Inter Miami has had a few corners, so they've been pretty much in charge of the game to this point.
Let's see how Jamaica comes up, what they come up with on this corner kick.
Beat everyone.
was whipped in by a left fullback for Jamaica.
Atis.
I swooped around inside the 18, but nobody was there to put it in. Inter Miami goes on the attack again.
So you can see very clearly the Jamaica plan. You saw that ball go into the player in midfield and immediate pressure by the Jamaican players. So that's the plan. So let's see how it works as the game goes along. Blake plays to Lynch. A lovely first touch to the player on the right hand side. Romain Blake.
Yeah, you know, he played under 20 at 16 years and some months.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very talented and played all 4 games, 3-4 games for Jamaica.
Yeah, a mainstay in the under 20 team. Can Romain Blake put Jamaica ahead in the final? He can.
Yes, and he has.
Excellent finish by Romain Blake. No doubt about it, going to the keeper's right.
1-0 to Jamaica. With 16 minutes left on the clock. Jamaica have taken this lead that I think a lot of naysayers earlier would say would not happen.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because one of the few attacks that Jamaica counter-attacked well, got the ball, nice combination, inside, outside, and then the cross came from the right-hand side, put the defender in a very tough position, and there was contact there. The referee and his assistant decided there was enough contact for a foul, and so a penalty. Interestingly, we want to see how Inter Miami reacts to falling a goal down, because in the first few minutes of the game, the first half of the first half, they've really been very patient passing the ball around their back 4 with no pressure from the Jamaicans. So for sure the Jamaicans won't be pressuring them now up 1-0. So we'll see if Inter Miami continues to play the ball around the back or whether they play a little bit more direct. This is Lynch.
Him one more time.
And again, Jaheim Johnson's in the box. So Jaheim Johnson's playing as the left-sided midfielder coach, and you see him. Didn't do very well holding up to that speed yesterday, and you can see in the last couple attacks that Jamaica has really put pressure on them, particularly on the right-hand side of the Jamaican attack.
Yes, and watch the switch on the left side, where Mattis can be very, very effective because he's naturally an out-and-out player that can do damage.
That's offside. You can see a lot of the play is actually on the far side of our cameras because Jamaica is attacking mainly on the right-hand side, and Inter Miami's dangerous attacks have come from their left-hand side. So all of the action pretty much on the far side of the field in the early going. Mattis driving forward, trying to switch the play. Davison will do the cleanup and will get a throw.
That seemed like the ball was handled.
Yeah, that's what he was arguing about, and I think the referee. We don't have VAR today, coach, but I thought it was good communication between the referee and his assistant to get that call correct.
Yes, and that's what you call great officiating, whereas they communicate very well and make things happen.
Oh, that's a wild swing by the Inter Miami player, Converse.
So far, Kerry, I am pleased with both teams and their performance. It makes football, or soccer as we call it here in America, incredible to watch.
Yeah, very big contrast in styles. You see how patient, even at 1-0 down, you see how patient Inter Miami is trying to pass and trying to pull the Jamaicans apart. Jamaicans are really disciplined. Here comes Jaheim Johnson. Can he get it under control? Can he curl it to the far post? He goes near post.
Near post and misses.
And I think it was off the goalkeeper. It was a save by the goalkeeper.
Beautiful save from the goalkeeper. Tip your fingers.
Jaheim Johnson, coach, has been a handful so far.
And he doesn't look like that kind of person that will give you that. It's just a stocky young man that if you underestimate his height, you're going to pay the price.
And perhaps he's inspired by the mistake we made, crediting his goal to Burkett yesterday. So he's on fire in the final tonight. Looks very dangerous. Long ball by Saka. Trying to find...
Straight to the keeper.
Trying to find Davison, who had pushed up from centre back. Remember, he scored a goal yesterday.
Yes, and I think he's trying to work on it again today.
So again, the score is 1-0 to Jamaica. Goal by Romain Blake, a penalty.
Captain Romain Blake.
Right.
Captain Romain Blake puts his team ahead. He handled himself as a captain. And that's what captains do. Take the responsibility.
Yeah, and I think clearly in terms of the penalty, the coaches would have had a plan this time as to who would take it if they got one, and not repeating that same mistake twice.
Owen goes to Inter Miami one more time.
So I think you're seeing maybe a black screen now, but we'll try to keep you abreast of the action in terms of listening to us as we get that technical issue resolved.
The Inter Miami midfield seems to have lost it, Kerry, and all they're doing now is pulling on the Jamaican player's shirt.
Yeah, the game has changed a bit, coach, from the early moments.
It certainly has, and this is based on number 11 and number 10 in that midfield for Jamaica. They have a brain about the game that's different than any other thing that I've seen. They communicate well, they understand each other very well, and that's a good sign for Jamaica's future in the sport. Great midfield work.
Mattis couldn't quite keep that one under control, so it did go outside for a throw-in to Inter Miami. It'll be thrown by Ty Barton, who is the right back.
It looks pretty decent to me. With less than 10 minutes in the first half, that 1-0 lead seems to be what's going to go in the changing room at the half. Any number can play. But that's what we have right now. Long ball over the top again.
So no, we've been having some technical difficulties where you're not being able to see the screen. So we'll try to keep you as well informed as to what's going on as possible. So this is Crucifixio Thompson, who plays it out to Blake on the right-hand side, trying to find Lynch with a long ball. Lynch trying to head it on to Raheem Grizzle. This is the player from York Castle on the right-hand side who crossed the ball that caused the penalty. Here he tries to make another cross. So I think Grizzle for sure and Jaheim Johnson are causing a lot of issues for the Inter Miami back line in the last 15 minutes.
Kerry, it comes down to the midfield work. When your forwards are getting so much opportunity, your midfield is working. And that's the engine room.
I think it's a key point in the game right now because Inter Miami, who's under pressure at the moment, do not want to concede a second goal. If they concede a second goal, they may be in trouble here.
And it's a corner kick. It's another set piece. And Blake, is it Blake or is it?
It's Burkett's.
Burkett.
Yeah.
Burkett.
Blake has stayed back, so left-footed corner. Oh, it beat everyone there. Cleared off the line, essentially, by the defender. Here comes Inter Miami on the counter-attack. Number 35, Felipe Valencia, picks up the ball deeper because he plays in attack, but he's picked up the ball in the center of midfield. It was turned over. This is Wilson. Wilson plays to Davidson. Davidson has Jaheim Johnson on the left-hand side. So they're in the attacking third of Inter Miami. He tries to play into Lynch, but that was ill-advised pass. So the video problems will be rectified in short order. So we'll just try to keep you as informed as we can just based on our voices here. So this is Blake, who picks up the ball in midfield. Plays it over to Burkett. Burkett is looking for a long ball to Lynch. Lynch actually got ahead of the defender there, but tried a shot and miskicked. Here's Saka on the left-hand side. Saka over to Mattis. Wilson on the left again. Wilson trying to play a long ball to try to find Burkett's, but the ball is out of play for a throw-in.
With 6 minutes going into the second half, 6 minutes away from the end of this half, the second half has to be something different for Inter Miami.
Yeah, because I think the game has most definitely changed. Inter Miami was all over the Jamaican team in the first 10 minutes of the game. And I think you could say that Jamaica is all over Inter Miami at the current moment. Throw for Jamaica, headed out by the Inter Miami defense. This was the ball to go out for a Jamaica throw.
You know, earlier this morning I had a journalist at Pence Kingston College. He says, I've seen this young man play and I've told a lot of people about him, but they don't seem to believe that Mattis has the quality that he has, but he's showing some really good qualities here.
This is the one that goes by the name of Prophet, right?
Sure is a prophet. That's what they say.
So Inter Miami has the ball. They pass back to their goalkeeper. Goalkeeper plays it out to their center back, Keys. Back to their right back, Ty Barton. Back to Keys. He switches the ball over to the other center back. So they're trying to play from side to side, trying to pull the Jamaicans apart. Jamaicans very disciplined. East-west, which is fine from a Jamaican perspective right now.
They're not going direct, so it's not affecting us in that regards.
And so they keep playing among their center backs. Now they play the ball into midfield. Now you see the Jamaicans pressure. Very well drilled Jamaican team here.
The discipline of playing your position is shown by the Jamaicans in this first half.
Keys plays out to his winger Nunez. Nunez, can he get the ball across? Dangerous cross, but well cleared by Blake. Throw in for Inter Miami.
Customary Prophet is not a left defender. So Inter Miami can exploit that coming down this left side.
Still working on the technical difficulties that we have with the video. There's 4 minutes left in the game. Inter Miami is on the attack in their attacking third. Ball is turned over. And then Inter Miami wins it back. So Inter Miami has the ball in midfield, trying to play their nice, tidy combination plays. But again, very good pressure by the Jamaicans who win it back. Doing a very good job of winning the ball back in midfield. The ball is back with the goalkeeper.
Mr. Thompson. Fixture Thompson. The goalkeepers in the tournament so far, Kerry, and we've said it before, are doing an awesome job.
Lynch against Keys. Oh, Lynch beats him. Has the ball on the left. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. So really, yes, he's going to call the foul back because Lynch had the ball on the left-hand side, pushed it past Keys. Keys went to ground, clipped him. Lynch honestly tried to stay on his feet, but couldn't keep the ball in play, and so the referee pulls it back for the original foul.
the Jamaicans are applying a different kind of pressure, Kerry. The Jamaica's team is doing something remarkable to Inter Miami, where they're using that speed to their advantage.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game, because we know it's two very different types of teams in terms of the way they want to play. Inter Miami started so well, and I think Jamaica has really grown into their own, and now putting a lot of pressure on the Inter Miami backline, particularly with Johnson here on the left, and Grizzle on the right, and then those runs from Lynch up front. So posing a great danger to the Inter Miami team. Saka is over the ball.
Kevin Wilson, when he plays for me at Inter Florida, these are what he likes to do, these free kicks right here. He has a special way of getting it to the opposite side of where the keeper is.
Oh, he plays it to Lynch instead. So he plays it over to Mattis, I'm sorry, yeah. Oh, was that a foul? Oh, another dangerous cross into the Inter Miami box. Just can't make that connection. Yeah, Blake reading that one like a book. This is Burkett, who has pulled out to the left. He's trying to find Lynch with a direct ball.
I think the Jamaicans need to be a little bit more swing kick. There's only a minute left on the clock, so they should just keep possession until.
Yeah, when they're in those one-on-one positions, how about taking on the wingback? Doesn't look the Usain Bolt of wingbacks, so you know, maybe we can take advantage of that speed from a Jamaican perspective.
Certainly, certainly. I can't agree with you more.
Dangerous attack for Inter Miami. A shot goes off, but over the bar by Joseph Converse.
And that's the sound of the final whistle for the first half. And for the first half, Jamaica 1, Inter Miami 0.
So keep staying tuned to Flex FM. We're working on the technical difficulties with the video. So it's halftime, Jamaica up 1-0 with a goal by Romain Blake. So hopefully we'll get the video up and running soon, so that you don't have to just depend on the voices of Coach and I, but you can also see the action as well.
We've been doing a pretty good job, Kerry. I've got some good reviews from people saying they like what we do.
Welcome to Flex FM Sports. Welcome to Flex FM Sports. Check. All right, sorry for the little audio technicality. Welcome to Flex FM Sports, where today we're bringing you CASA 2022 Knockout Tournament. Featured team, Rockers FC, and dressed in the gold and blue. And you have Broward FC and the blue and white. And this is actually the second leg of the CASA Knockout Tournament. And we look forward to a great match tonight. You have the young Broward FC going up against the veterans.
Wilson on the ball. Defender stuck to his task.
He's very, very skillful on the ball. Very, very skillful is Wilson on the ball.
And I think Wilson and Burkett have been doing a good job, like we talked about at the start of the game. Number 66, a lot of the balls are played through him. So we don't really see him dominating the game from a deeper position in midfield, and that's because Wilson and Burkett have pressured him when Inter Miami picks the ball up.
Miami on the ball again. He's been hounded by the Jamaica high school player.
Anytime you see the ball come into midfield, you can see the willingness of Wilson and Burkett and even Koopy to be able to press the ball inside the middle of the field there. Lovely long ball. Does Davison read this one? I think Crucifixer Thompson came out to try to clear, but Davison had it under control, the situation. This is Burkett's switch over to Raheem Grizzle. Will he be able to keep it in? He does.
That's 2 times. And he gets a corner.
And I think it went back off him. So it's going to be a goal kick.
It's going to be a goal kick.
Here's Keys on the ball. Keys trying to play it long, but Mattis has read that well and will shepherd it outside.
One strong looking player on the ball.
Yeah, built very solidly.
And pretty much he's playing out of position right now, but he's doing a tremendous job.
Right, he came on and played left midfield off the bench yesterday. And now with the injury to Darnell Edwards, his KC teammate, he has replaced him in the starting lineup and doing a good job.
And Kerry, as we mentioned, KC, we have KC head coach Raymond Stampy Watson in the house. And he's so happy to see his players doing so well.
Yeah, and the St. Elizabeth technical coach is also here. Just saw him in the stands. So, lot of big coaches here to take in the action of the all schools team.
That's a throw into Jamaica.
Of course, the Stets coach would have been here as one of the coaches in the past when Stets were doing, very well in the Costa Cup, because usually the coach and the assistant coach for the all schools team are normally the winning coach of the Manny Cup and the winning coach of the Costa Cup. So yes, Rambo would have been here in that capacity in the past.
What's Rambo's correct name?
Good question.
He's a Wedderburn, for sure.
So the game, I think, settling into a similar pattern as we saw in the first half, right? Jamaica looking dangerous on the counter-attack. Inter Miami still being patient, trying to build up play. But they haven't really had a lot of success attacking-wise, Inter Miami team.
Well, I saw what Inter Miami did with the other teams, where they destroyed them, scoring 12 goals in 2 games, with a competitiveness from the Jamaican players, high school players, doesn't seem to be going their way.
This is Wilson trying to get down to the end of it, but played back to his goalkeeper.
This JC center back is a pretty decent center back.
Davidson. Oh. Well, so from our vantage point, it looked like the first time he touched the ball, he touched it outside of the box. And I think that's what the assistant referee is saying on the far side. The ball beat Davidson. Crucifixer Thompson came to clear up the danger. He initially caught it in the box, but I think when he kind of continued his momentum, it carried him outside the box. And then when he caught it the second time, he was inside the box. So I think another case of the referee and the assistant referee getting it right.
Absolutely. They're working together as a team. And they're catching everything.
And clearly this is a very dangerous position for a free kick, just maybe a foot outside the 18-yard box.
Or less.
Yeah. So 35 is over it. Felipe Valencia, which I said was one of the danger players. And there's another player over it as well.
Yellow card issued to Crucifixion Thompson, the goalkeeper, by the referee. So the referee is not being partial about anything. The referee is doing his job. So we got to give the referee credit for what he's doing.
So 35 is over it. Felipe Valencia. And now Valencia steps away. 69 comes closer. It's Ricardo Montenegro. Ricardo Montenegro looks like he's lining up to kick with his right foot, or would it be the left-footed player? Left-footed shot.
Over the top.
But well over the top. That's the left back, Gabriel Velez, taking up free kick duties, but I think he would have been wanting to test Thompson on that occasion.
Other than that mistake that Thompson just made, he has been great at what he's been doing right throughout.
Blake out to Jamani McDonald on the right-hand side. Grizzle moves infield but gives the ball away. Blake wins a challenge. That's Lynch. That's Johnson. That's Grizzle. That's Burkett. It's a nice combination from the Jamaican team. A shot to goal, but it deflected. Deflected wide for a corner.
Yeah, it was on target. Deflected by the goalkeeper for a corner kick.
That was a nice combination.
I tend to like the goalkeepers so far, Kerry. The goalkeepers right throughout the tournament have shown some promise. And I know right around the world, 72 countries or more, been watching this. They see what we're saying and know that, hey, you guys are giving us the facts. Corner kick to Jamaica.
Oh, good play there. Couldn't quite get the shot off. This is Wilson. Wilson plays back to Mattis. Mattis, a dangerous cross. Lynch could not quite get on the end of that one.
It's another corner.
Yes, it was cleared by the Inter Miami team. Will Jamaica take it quickly? They do. And that's a clear opportunity there. The ball went to the back post and there was no one picking up Burkett's. The ball is switched across. Burkett won't reach that one.
Burkett got a chance right there to make it two. That was an open shot that he should have executed well.
You're talking about goalkeepers before. The other Jamaican goalkeeper, Brown, I thought made a terrific save in the second half to pretty much save a point in the first game against Lauderhill Lions. That shot was taken by young Jason Ebanks from the Lauderhill Lions team, and it was a full stretch left-handed save by Brown that pushed it around the post to get Jamaica a point.
You say Brown?
The player from Lauderhill?
He's related, no, that goalkeeper.
Oh, the goalkeeper.
It's related to me.
It's your nephew. Mario Brown. That's the other St. Catherine goalkeeper.
All right. As a matter of fact, I made a check in there from St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, where my parents and grandparents are from.
One of the best parishes in Jamaica, clearly.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you got, when you want your scallion and your thyme and potatoes and yam, you have to go to St. Elizabeth. It's the bread basket.
The bread basket parish. Shout out to all of those watching from Treasure Beach and Junction.
Hey, I got a shout out to all my people in Kingston, Jamaica. This has been a good game from start to finish. It's going to be the same. I don't see anything different. We're getting quality football. Here in America, we say soccer. Another shot attempt. Haywire over the top. From Inter Miami.
I think you can see Inter Miami's tempo increase a bit. Wouldn't exactly say time is quite running out yet, but they're down a goal and there's 18 minutes to go. They didn't. The same team that's on the field this half. We'll see as the game goes on whether any of those subs that are warming up on the side enter the game to try to make a difference. This is Wilson giving the dummy to the Inter Miami player. Koopy. Grizzle can't quite control. I think he was trying to find his right back, McDonald. Not on the same page.
A little bit of check back. I was made to understand that Wilson and Berger from KC and Blake at a young tender age went to Spain, played in a 7v7 tournament. So these guys have some experience on the field. Now they've grown into the 11v11 and they look just the same.
You'll see Inter Miami still playing the ball around the back, but clearly they're trying to get forward. So it's not just all east-west passes as we saw in the first half when the score was still 0-0, but we see a little bit more urgency with those passes around the back. So you see the center back here passing back to his center back partner. This is 66 on the ball, which is Converse. So you can see Jamaica very disciplined. They're not putting any pressure on those center backs. They'll allow them to pass the ball all day long if they want to, because Inter Miami is the one with the onus of having to score. Oh, tricky play there. Good try by number 53. That's Yaro Alimandi. This is Wilson on the right. The ball went out.
Throw into Inter Miami.
So we said one of the danger players before the game was Felipe Valencia, the number 35 of Inter Miami, but we haven't really seen much in terms of attack from him today. Maybe his strike partner Alimandi has looked a trickier customer today in today's game.
What I think, to be honest with you, Kerry, is that their opposition that they played the Tobago and then altitude rush
was weak.
Right. And so he looked remarkable.
So it looks like Jamaica is preparing a change. Is that Grizzle that's coming off?
Grizzle coming off.
And number 13 coming on is a player that came on last game as well, Shamir Hutchinson, the Dintil player.
Number 18 is in for Jamaica. Ball goes out for a goal kick for Jamaica.
So Shamir Hutchinson in for Rakeem Grizzle.
You said Shaquille Moore?
For Jamaica?
You said Shaquille Moore?
Shamir Hutchinson is the player that came in.
That's a famous name in Lord of
Yes.
Long ball.
This is Wilson. Oh, Wilson trying to find a space for a shot there.
The Jamaican team is not backing down, Kerry, not for 1 minute.
Right.
They're bringing it to the Inter Miami home team. So you know that the talent in Jamaica is as good as ever. From the Alan Skillcole days, Delroy Mutty Scott, Carl Brown, Art and Asher Welch.
Inter Miami trying to attack through the number 69. That's Ricardo Montenegro. I think the referee will take it upon himself to overrule the assistant there.
Yes, and that was a good overruling.
Yeah, it was Jamaica's ball, but it's good teamwork again. Sometimes you have a better angle, and so you get the call correct, and that's the important thing. Talking about Inter Miami and Jamaica, we also have Ian Frey in the house. Ian Frey is a player, a Jamaican player. His dad, Mike Frey, is also here, and he was a teenager that signed a professional contract with David Beckham's Inter Miami senior team. So good to see Jamaicans doing well at all levels.
Just in case you didn't know, Kerry, Romain Blake was a part of Inter Miami's program for a year and a half, right throughout the COVID time. And he was regarded as one of the better players.
And that's a foul call against Inter Miami there. Jamaican player down. See if we can pick up who that is on the ground. Is it Johnson?
Seems like Johnson. The medic is on the field.
And another yellow card. So number 52, Gabriel Velez. Again, maybe like the plantation players yesterday came for a debate with the referee, when instead it's really a football game that's in progress. So cheap yellow card for talking back to the referee.
As we pull up on the screen, I see some prominent people from Lauderhill. Dre, who runs the church center over there on 4th Court, and Rami, the goalkeeper from St. Elizabeth. They have a good cookhouse every Friday night.
Rami has ventured into the officiating game because he's now a referee. And,
yes, he has taken that bold step.
Nice.
St. Elizabeth in the house. You know, I tried to ask Coach Watson, where is he from? He never told me, but then I searched and found out that he's from Greenwich Farm, Jamaica.
Greenwich Farm. So this is Keys. Has had a lot of touches on the ball today. Oh, that's another good play by Wilson. Wilson trying to catch the keeper off his line. A bit ambitious, but you could see the adrenaline rush of seeing the keeper off the line there.
Yes, and that's smart thinking. Smart thinking, the keeper playing high.
And it was a quick turnover, so it was kind of a surprise turnover there.
Johnson is back in for Jamaica.
Limping a bit, but let's keep an eye on him as the game goes along.
One of them Warriors that's not going down.
And you can see the contrast with the Inter Miami and Jamaica. All the Jamaican subs are still on the bench. Inter Miami subs are warming up, and is that going to be, where was that foul? The Inter Miami players are saying it was inside the box. So again, there's going to have to be some communication between the referee and his assistant, because that happened right in front of the assistant. And I think the consensus is that the foul took place just outside the box.
Some people are saying that's an offside play, and the Lions personnel missed it. But I'm of the opinion that he's on. Somebody had him on.
Dangerous free kick. The same two players are over it. Felipe Valencia, the 35, and Gabriel Velez. A left footer and a right footer.
As I look over on the clock, it's 9 minutes left in this game. So the coaches for Jamaica must be thinking something different now.
Yeah, we'll see what happens on the free kick. And that's another very poorly taken free kick.
And it's way over the top. No, Kerry, it calls for some different application here in the final minutes.
Yeah, application from Jamaica, and maybe a little bit of desperation from Inter Miami, because they're going to have to find a goal from somewhere. So we'll see if it's going to be the players that are on the field, or whether any of those players in those pink uniforms on the sideline can come in and help change the
That's
game.
turn warning for Blake there by the referee. Pretty much saying he's wasting time.
And so they played short to Blake. Blake long, looking for Lynch as usual. Lynch is so strong, he turns his player. Can he get a shot off? Lynch is crowded out, but Lynch still has the ball. Perhaps Lynch should have used his support there. Mattis strong. Burkett trying to find Johnson, but misplaced pass. Lynch is a handful up front when you play him that ball long.
He's more like a power forward in the basketball area. Strong and going at you.
And here we see some more long balls now from, I'm not sure if that was a smart move by the goalkeeper. So again, the goalkeeper is coming out when there are two defenders already defending the ball. Blake and Davidson not happy with his judgment there. Perhaps he should stay on the line and allow the defenders to deal with it.
Yeah, the defenders defend. And you're the only person that can use your hand to protect the goal.
That was a heart-in-mouth moment there for the Jamaican fans. I would say maybe 90% of those in attendance are looking to see the team in yellow lift the trophy. And they're 7 minutes away plus stoppage time from doing so.
This goalkeeper made in the entire game.
Another free kick from Inter Miami. Inter Miami, as we would expect, really throwing everything but the kitchen sink at Jamaica in these last few minutes.
And Jamaica has to keep their composure now. They have to get back to their normal game that they had started playing earlier, where they keep position of the ball, try to create something more than just kicking the ball away.
And you see the big boy in the box, right? He's number 46. I'm sure he'd be a target of this free kick if possible for Inter Miami. Inter Miami just has one player back. Obviously, all the Jamaicans are back defending. Well read by Blake. That's not a foul. I think the Inter Miami player trying to buy a foul there.
Yeah, throw into Inter Miami. The referee is on top of the game, and I like that. And he's keeping it together.
Yeah, I think he has done a good job of keeping the game under control. You know, when you're in a final and the emotions run high, sometimes that's what's needed from the officials.
Inter Miami searching and searching, trying to see if they can come up with something to tie this game up so they can go.
Velez. Oh, I think he lost balance. I think Montenegro lost balance there. That was a very intuitive pass by Gabriel Velez. Blake goes long again. Yeah, I think that was a correct call. Lynch went into the player there without challenging for the ball, so it was an Inter Miami free kick.
The referee is on top of the game. He's just making it one easy path for all the players.
That was a superb first touch by Converse, getting it back to his goalkeeper so they can start the attack again. Under 5 minutes to go at Lauderhill Sports Complex. Jamaica 1, Inter Miami 0. Goal by Romain Blake in the first half.
The goalkeeper is making amends for that mistake that he made earlier. And like anything else, there's going to be mistakes made.
Crowd appreciative of the effort. Here's Burkett's lovely header on to Wilson. Wilson over to Mattis. Johnson is the one that plays the ball, trying to find Burkett, but again, it was overblown.
I see the captain for Jamaica's team, Romain Blake, organizing the back line very, very well. And he's in conjunction with Crucifixion in goal. His goalkeeper is next level goalkeeper. Should I say that, Kerry? Am I right?
Yes.
He's not an Andre Blake, for sure.
So I think, interestingly, you see there's no action whatsoever on the Jamaica bench. And the Inter Miami subs that are on the left-hand side aren't moving either. Oh, that's a lovely first touch. Can he get a ball across the box? He does. And it's cleared, half cleared. This is going to be a goal. Yes.
Yes, it is. Goal with 3 minutes left.
Couldn't clear their lines. And we mentioned how quiet Valencia has been throughout the game, but he pops up with 3 minutes to go to tie the score.
They should have done a better job on that, Kerry, getting that ball out. They should have done a better job on that.
Yeah, it was a lovely turn by Otero, first of all. Then the ball came across, half cleared, and then the second clearance also wasn't good enough. And so Inter Miami, you'd have to be fair to say that the pressure has told in the last few minutes because Inter Miami has been knocking on the door.
I think Blake, when he came out here, should have just committed the foul and stopped the play, which he never did, and allowed that ball to play inside the box. And it becomes a fumble, mumble, jumble, and then a goal.
So another turnover, and Inter Miami is on the attack again. Inter Miami has really turned up the pressure. They may be looking for the winner themselves now.
It's a momentum swing in the game right now. With only a minute left on the clock. Will it be straight penalty, Kerry?
I believe it's straight to penalties. I don't think there's extra time.
Jamaica just let this one slip away.
Yeah, and once you've conceded now, I think it's hard to turn back the momentum in terms of Jamaica attacking because they've spent the last 15-20 minutes just soaking up pressure and defending. So now it's Inter Miami that looks the most dangerous team, the more dangerous team. That one is offside.
We're in the final minute in the game.
Long ball from Blake. Can he keep it in? Center back goes back to his goalkeeper. That was a dodgy first touch, but he got away with it. Now Valencia looks in full pump. Ball comes across the left-hand side. That was an attempt at goal. That deflected out.
Corner kick.
Good shot there by Francisco Ramos, one of the substitutes for Inter Miami.
With only 3 seconds on, that's showing on the scoreboard right now. This game. So I think this should be the last kick of the game.
Yeah, so 3 minutes extra time. Enough time for either Inter Miami or Jamaica to find a winner.
With the momentum right now, Inter Miami can go one better.
Jamaica is going to have to be steadfast in their defending in these last 3 minutes. So again, there's a little bit of miscommunication between Blake and Thompson there. But it's Blake that takes no chances and clears it. Inter Miami back on the attack. Lynch tries to pressure. It's headed out by Davidson. Burkett misses his kick. This is Converse. Lovely turn. So again, they're getting behind the Jamaicans much easier in the second half than they did in the first.
Especially the last 10 minutes.
Blake seems to be taking his time here, which may tell you about who is pressuring who in the game, because it is 1-1. Blake is going to play it long. Again, he's going to aim for Lynch, but it's cut out by the Inter Miami midfield. That's a foul on Wilson. I think it was not necessarily with any malice, just going for the ball and mistimed. So I think it's fair enough. That's oh, it's going to give him a yellow card.
Yes, it's not a call offense.
Oh, and he does have a yellow card already. So that's going to be the end of the night.
Number 66.
Yeah, perhaps Inter Miami's best player, Joseph Converse. So I suppose, even though it wasn't really with any malice, I suppose it was kind of reckless.
Pretty much so. Pretty much so.
So we'd think Blake would play this long, or does he play out to the left? Player slips. This is Wilson, tricky. Burkett's. Inter Miami players surrounding him. And that's Blake kicking a hopeful ball towards goal, but gathered by the goalkeeper.
Looking. It seems like it's going to be a penalty shootout. That's the final whistle of the regular time. Inter Miami 1, Jamaica 1.
So Jamaica conceding very late. I thought they played a very good first half, and I think by necessity Inter Miami came out with more aggression in terms of attacking in the second half, and it paid dividends 3 minutes from time as they found the equalizer through Felipe Valencia.
This is what I talked about Victor Pastora as a coach that I've known for years. He never, ever folds. He will always come at you to get that result.
And we're going to have penalty kicks to decide the winner, so there's not going to be any extra time. It's going to go straight to penalties. How do you think it'll affect the mentality of both teams with Jamaica conceding so late?
Well, what happened just now, Kerry, we're number 66, the best player, walked off on the red card situation. I think that's going to swing back into the Jamaican high school youngsters' favor. Because now they know that it's a penalty situation. Converse is not there, so they have to replace him with somebody else, and it gives them that edge.
Right, and you'd think you'd be, not knowing Inter Miami inside and out, but you'd think you'd be, as one of the major players, one of the penalty kickers normally. Yes. So for him not to be available to take one, yes, maybe advantage Jamaica there.
Well, let's see how this goes, because I remember Roberto Baggio back in the World Cup.
Is that 1994?
Somewhere over there.
Yeah.
And most recently we had Hurricane, right?
Hurricane.
Yeah.
Baggio was nicknamed the Divine Ponytail.
That's what it was?
So it was a bit sad to see him kick that ball over the post. Look at the cars that will indicate to you the crowd that we have at the Lauderhill Sports Complex. Because that is not the main parking lot. That's the overflow parking. So a big crowd coming here to support the youngsters of the Jamaica All Schools team and Inter Miami.
You know, once you come in on Zoom, I saw a young man, 60 years old, that he and I grew up together in Kingston, Jamaica.
And so you'll see the cars even parked, double parked So triple parked. So you'll see the crowd all around the field here to watch some good football.
Out of here. It's going to take another 3 hours to get out.
Yeah.
But for the better part, Kerry, the spectators have been good and they've been enjoying this game. What I do know is that centre back he's of Jamaican descent. I know his dad very well and his mom too.
So a potential future prospect for Jamaica?
Yes, I would say so.
This is the grandstand, where you see again crowd packed in there.
If anybody that you missed over the last 20 years, just take a look in this grandstand.
Yes, sir.
You may be able to find them inside that grandstand.
Looking there, you see Mike Frey. That's Ian Frey's father. Good footballer himself.
Yes.
I think they say the son is better, so it's a matter of opinion.
I'll have to see that. Well-behaved crowd, mixed crowd, and that's what football is all about. This beautiful sport. It brings everybody together.
So
the youngsters in the stand right there having a good time, Kerry, in the capella.
Yeah.
Shirt.
Yeah.
Blue and yellow.
Yep.
Number 30, but number 33 or 63 is on his shorts. They're having a good time. And the jerk chicken is smelling all the way over here.
Commentary duties made me miss my porridge. Peanut porridge. So I'm hoping that it will be some left when I get over there.
And you know, somebody promised me some jerk chicken, but they never delivered it. So hopefully some jerk chicken is over there too. Stephen
Blaine talking to Harold Thomas there in the middle of your screen.
Yes.
It's Dumbo Holding coach, is it?
Yes, that's Dumbo Holding coach. Did you know that Vin Blaine was the man that started the Reggae Girls program 2012?
Yeah.
And you know who he had beside him? The one and only Coach Brown. Most recently, he took back the reign and then got the girls on a very good track, winning what, 4 or 5 games straight before he decided to give way to London also.
You see the Jamaica in their huddle there, and you see Coach Ferguson and Coach Lenny Hyde deep in discussion. So I think they would have already decided their lineup in terms of the penalties.
This is something that they should, I think, work out. It have worked out. Oh, that's a national player for Jamaica on the sidelines on this side. Clifton Wall, one of the officials.
Yeah, he's one of the assistant referees.
And I know the center ref is related to Alan Attic because I had some encounters with them while Attic played for us here at Inter Florida.
I believe I heard an announcement that Damian Lowe is also in the house, our national center back. Plays for Inter Miami.
Yeah, he plays for Inter Miami, so he has to stay in between. He can't be cheering for Jamaica and he can't be cheering for Inter Miami. Kind of classy young man. I admire his behavior. I've seen him in more than one situation, and that's a model for Jamaica, Damian Lowe.
So Inter Miami will take the first penalty. Haro Alimandi is going to be the first kicker.
He looks confident on the ball from get-go, so let's see what he does.
Any advantage you think from either goalkeeper based on what we've seen?
Well, I think Crucifixo has done himself well in this game. I have not seen much action from the Inter Miami goalkeeper, so let's see what they do.
And we know sometimes it's also just based on the speciality, so even if we knew who the better goalkeeper was, wouldn't necessarily tell us who's better in the penalty kicks.
No, penalty can go either way, Kerry. You can be the best, and when it comes to the penalty, those nerves, they rack.
So 5 kicks each. Alimandi for Inter Miami to get us started in the penalty shootout. And that's tucked into the corner. Beautiful kick. Blake up first for Jamaica.
And the goalkeeper went in the right direction, just a bit late.
Yep. Enough power and definitely very good placement.
The goalkeeper is daring Blake. The goalkeeper for Inter Miami is daring Blake.
And this, interestingly, Blake took the penalty in the first half. So he went to the goalkeeper's right and tucked it into the corner. So it's a matter of mind games as to whether Blake is going to go in the same direction.
He's generally good at taking penalties, I do know that for sure.
Blake for Jamaica. And he does go to the same corner, coach. He goes to the goalkeeper's right.
They're teammates from Inter Miami. They know each other very well.
I think the goalkeeper got a lot closer to that than he did the first penalty.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So it's 1-1 and penalty for Jamaica?
It's 1-1.
Inter Miami?
1-1. So just got a word by the statisticians. This is the first time we've actually had a penalty shootout in the final of the Youth Classic.
Well, the level up ball game between these two teams, you can see that it's quality and more quality. So we expect a duel to the end, like I said before.
This is Gabriel Velez from Inter Miami, the left back. He was over the free kicks. And he sends goalkeeper Thompson the wrong way. 2-1 to Inter Miami. Davidson stepping up.
Seems to be a cool, calm customer. Let's see how well he takes his penalty.
Here's Davidson. And that's saved by the goalkeeper. So he went towards the middle of the goal and the goalkeeper got a foot to it. Steinhauser denies Davidson from the penalty spot. So advantage Inter Miami.
Advantage Inter Miami.
Kevin Gorbel against Crucifixio Thompson. And he tucks it into the corner. So currently it's Inter Miami 3, Jamaica 1, but Jamaica has another kick. And this will be young Wilson.
This is the second penalty missed by Jamaica in the tournament.
Yeah. Koopy missed in the first game towards the end of the second half. Can Wilson keep Jamaica in touch? He misses. So that one is wide of the post. Jamaica has missed two penalties.
Scores this one, it's over. Jamaica had the opportunity to seal the game and gave up in the last 3 minutes, and so it's the end product. They did very well. They fought gallantly. At the end of the day, it's all about execution. They score this, it's over. Inter Miami looking to seal the deal.
It's Matthias Paredes to give Inter Miami the trophy, and he does. That's 4-1, so the game is over, and I think now the referee realizes it, because Jamaica would only have 2 kicks left and they could not get more than 3 goals, and Inter Miami has converted all of their penalties and are the champions of the 2023 CASA Youth Classic. So congrats to Inter Miami.
Certainly, it's a 2-horse race, and one is going to come out on top, and Jamaica had a chance of sealing it, but they lapsed concentration in the last 5-10 minutes of the game, and Inter Miami found their way back into the game.
Yeah, and I think it was a deserved equalizer from Inter Miami, because they put a lot of pressure on the Jamaicans in the last part of the second half, and they got their just rewards when Jamaica could not clear the ball on a couple of occasions, and Felipe ended up punishing the Jamaicans and sending it for a penalty shootout.
You know, I hope that based on the performance of these youngsters in this showcase, Inter Miami may find some interest in a couple of these young players.
Yeah, because there's talent there for sure. You can see the disappointment on the Jamaican sidelines. Coach Hyde and Coach Ferguson conversing with Romain Blake and Koopy. Then you see the handshake with the Inter Miami coaches.
Blake is a regular place in Inter Miami while he was here for a year and a half. And he told me once that the legend said to him, "You've got the qualities to go to the next level." And that's David Beckham talking to him. And when he told me that, I said, "Romain, why didn't you get an autograph from David?" He says, "No, I'm going to make it that my autograph is as good as David Beckham." And he looks the part right now.
So for the second time in the history of the CASA Youth Classic, Jamaica are not the winners. So first it was Miramar, and in 2023 it's the team of David Beckham, Inter Miami.
Certainly Inter Miami looked like the well-oiled machine that they set out to be. They came out in the second half and they showed that they don't falter. They continue what they started, and that's the end product. The end product is that you get the results at the end of the game, and we have a 4-1 penalty shootout
4-1
in favor of Inter Miami.
So we're going to leave you with the pictures of the celebration for Inter Miami. They'll present a golden boot to the leading goal scorer, and they'll also present a MVP as well as the trophies.
And David, they have Damian Lowe making some presentation over there.
And so before we have the celebration, just want to remind you that the CASA Super League is upon us, and the opening ceremony will be next week Saturday on the 28th.
Am I playing your team first game?
I think it's going to be a all-star game, and then the actual games are going to start the week after that.
But I tell you what, Kerry, I know you're doing some serious recruiting, and I'm on the other side doing the same. It's going to be a ding-dong battle.
Sounds
and remember now, I'm the defending champion.
No problem. So we'll see opening ceremony and all-star game also against Inter Miami Selects next week on the 28th. So if you want to come out and see some more of Inter Miami's young stars, you can come out on next week Saturday and see
Kerry,
a good game.
Kerry, I know you're coaching the team, but I've sent you a phenomenal young goalkeeper from St. Croix. So I need for you to take a look at him and see where that goes.
Yeah, man, sounds good.
Sebastian Turfield is the name.